Hello my planner pals and welcome back, and if you're new here then thank you for joining me and giving me a try. My name is Di, I am here at Creative Karma Design, and today we've got the compilation of all of my mini spreads for the month of October. Now for my monthly spread that you can see here, you can see that I've redated. I've been doing that for all of my monthlies for October, and each month I use the Happy Planner seasonal book for my monthly in my catch-all and my mini. And that's what I'm doing for this week. So I already knew that I was going to use this little haunted house because I didn't use it in my catch-all. So I was just eager to use it because it is very Halloween. And so that's what we did. Now I've got off to the side here, I think it was the Colourful Boxes and Girl with Goals book that I was taking kind of like functional things out of. And I've got the little strips here because I knew that I wanted to do two little kind of lists in the sidebar. I've taken the grey little washi strip here from the Girl with Goals book and I've just added it to that little top piece where we've got the empty boxes to fill in. I thought that grey really kind of worked with the haunted house. Wanted to keep it dark and moody for Halloween. And I added that a little bit back in, and then I was trying to decide kind of what I liked. And you know, sometimes that's what it's about. It's just about deciding what works. You sort of play with the stickers a little bit. And as you can see here, I decided to go back to the original design of having the grey all the way along. Sometimes your initial thought is the best one, right? If only we could trust ourselves to go with our gut. So I'm putting in the little to-do strip here, the little to-do header and the to-buy header, because those are the things that I really kind of use my mini monthly for. What do I need to buy when I'm out, and what do I need to do this month? Now, I've got a few little printables and little bits and bobs that were left over from my currently page and my business currently page. And I also have those off to the side. Now this quote is from the Girl with Goals book. And yes, I just thought that was a great little quote to put in there. And I needed it for this month because I'm going on vacation at the end of the month and I really want to try and work forward and get things done, so that I don't miss an upload for you guys and just for myself. I'm on a roll with this channel and I don't want to really skip a day here. So I added the little moon from the printable. I don't remember, I think that was from my catch-all currently page. And there is a tutorial in the description there, but yeah, and the little washi that's on the right hand side, that was something left over from a different spread. Again, I try not to throw anything away that I think will be useful in some way. So the leaves that you see here, they are actually the background on my business currently page. I got some stickers from the Dollar Tree and those were on the background, so they weren't actually cut out, but I just cut them out and used them as stickers because they're on sticker paper. All I got to do is just cut around them. Was it fiddly? Yes, it was. It was fiddly as heck, but better on my page than in the trash. And I just added those in. I just thought they added like a nice matching, like coordinating colors with that haunted house and added that kind of spooky vibe, but also full. So yeah, and it's just leaves little dots and it had like these little purple, I'm going to say they were a flower, but it's not really a flower. It is, but it isn't. And I don't have that much going on, like birthday and anniversary wise this month, so I didn't need a whole bunch of space. What I can put in is, what I'm thinking is maybe some kind of like some kind of vacation prep, and doing vacation prep with this. So all I'm going to do here is put in the little half bullets for birthdays, anniversaries and stuff like that I need. And then I take out my moon stickers, and they are a printable in my Etsy store. You can get those to download and print. But they just add a nice little touch if you're interested in keeping track of the full and the new moon, which I usually do. And as always, at the end of each spread, I do a little kind of check as to, is there anything else that I want to add, whether that be a little flag, a little bullet, a little quote, a little bit of word art. Is there anything that I want to add into these pages? And you can see here that I just added a little flag from the Align book. This is one of the new ones that I picked up recently, and I just really quite like it. It's nice to add a few little bits, and because I have gold in that haunted house and nowhere else on the spread, I wanted to add some gold on a couple of other little bits just so it didn't feel so alone. Not that stickers need friends, but yeah, just so it just didn't look so weird being on its own. And that one was a bit long, so I just decided to shorten it a little bit. And after looking through the book, I just decided that, yep, I think this is done for what I need and it will work. So yeah, that was that one done. And then we come on to my October currently page. Now for this one, I had a lot of these little bits left over from different spreads that I was doing. I'd done my currently page in my catch-all. I'd done my business monthly and my business currently, and I got all these kind of little bits and bobs left over, and I just thought, okay, let's use those little bits and bobs, shall we? So I cut most of these out and then got to work. So the spider stuff was from my business monthly. The little tombstones and the cat and the bats and stuff, they were from the catch-all currently. And I added in some of the little things that were left over from my business currently, from the Dollar Tree stuff, because again, there's no point saving like one or two little stickers. There's just no point saving them. So I try and use them as much as I can. And then this is where I noticed that I've put that sticker on upside down. So sometimes even the best laid plans. I mean, it's a pre-printed one, but I still screwed it up. I don't know. Sometimes your brain just does not work. So yeah, if you're interested in the webs and the spider boxes, I did do a printable for those. If you saw my business monthly, I showed you that it was a Canva thing that I put together, and I've actually put it up for sale on Etsy. So if you're interested, then I will leave the link in the description. But that spider again, and the little Halloween sticker, that's from the Dollar Tree, the 3D stickers from the Dollar Tree that I just disassembled. And I ended up using, with this, the currently, and a few other little projects, I think I've used all of those stickers now. So that one little sheet of stickers that's done me great. Like, I've used a lot of stuff on there. So these boxes again, they're just printables. I just printed them out, cut them out with some scissors, stuck them on my page. These little spiders, again, they're just from Canva, printed them out, stuck them down on my page. They just add a nice little touch to a spooky page like this. Just deciding I know I need something in that space, but I just don't know what it is. Again, this is the 3D stickers, and I'm like, yep, that needs to go there. What else can I add in? I'm just going to put a little spider in to fill in that gap. And then again, trying to make these little dots into stickers and just place them around in a couple of places just to add a little bit of interest to the page. And that is my currently page for my catch-all done. And of course, this is where I remember that I need to punch out the holes with my crocodile. And I love that page. It's probably one of my favorites for the month. This is where I'm just deciding, do I want to decorate the opposite page? And I didn't think I did. So on we went to the week of the 3rd, which I pre-planned to use the girl with goals, and then decided, no, I'm going to use the one on Chic. I need something a little bit more fun. And this is a Recollections book from Michael's. So I'm just like, I need something a little wild and fun. Now that pink sticker had a coffee saying on it, which I'm never going to use. So I just put it underneath and layered it with the girl with the pink dress, and on we went, because those coffee stickers, I tell you, I just cannot. They're in every bloody book. It doesn't matter what brand you buy, they're in every book. So I'm just looking here for a little bit of washi or something to go over that grey piece over the days of the week, because I want to put the girl in. And I took a little bit of her legs off so that she didn't kind of disappear. She just kind of laid with that horizontal line. Just trying to decide what stickers are going to make it onto the spread. And I'm like, yep, I like that box, but it's a little bit too big. So I cut it off and shortened it. There's always an option. If a box is too big, cut it and shorten it. Pretty easy to do, just a little bit of sticker surgery. I liked this quote, kindness is the new cool, so I took that, added that to that little spot on the dashboard page, and I knew I wanted to use something underneath there, so I added a little bit of washi, again, from that same strip that I used on the top right. I'm just adding a few little bits as I find them. I know I wanted a lot of pink on this page. I guess it's kind of a Pinktober page. But you know that I don't like to do just one colour, so I put that little bit of blue with bluey purple of the sweater with the girl on that top right. And then this one I just thought brought in that black of, you know, the boots, the quote, the pants, the sunglasses. I knew that I was going to need some more black. So I'm just adding a few little black things in here just to tie some things together. And I also know that I want a to-do list. I just, sometimes, you know, sometimes I use a to-do list, sometimes I use a bullet, sometimes I use a box. So, and you know, if you're doing a to-do list, you also need a header. So I knew that I had to find a header or something. And then there was these little boxes, little flag boxes. So I ended up using those. I took the pink for that right-hand side list and took the black for the left, and then just added the little to-do strip, the little checklist strip, which I struggled to get straight for some reason, but yeah. Putting stickers down straight is actually pretty difficult. I love this little flag sticker here that I put in for Monday. And I knew I wanted to replicate that shape, so I added another one. And that will be my Friday. I'm just deciding here, do I want something else? Do I want something else? And looking through a couple of other books, I just decide, no, this sucker is done. This sucker is done. Don't need to add anything else to it. Alright, then next we have the week of the 10th, and I plan to do this colourful life. This is a book that I'm trying to use a little bit more, but I looked through and I just wasn't digging it. You know, sometimes that happens. You think you're going to be attracted to something, and then it just meh. So I got out this, I think this is the Color Story from 2016. I was just going to try and see if I can use anything up, because there's literally like about 10 pages left in this of just random things. So I just decide I'm just going to do a stash and decide what I can make fit together. Sometimes that is a great challenge to do, is to just take something and then see where things take you. So if the previous week was a pink spread, then this one would be classed as a blue one. So that's a spoiler of what's to come. So I use that kind of, I'm going to call it floral blue here, and I'm like, I want to layer that other sticker on top of it, that decorative sticker. So I take a little bit out, a little L shape out, because I know I can use that somewhere else. I decide to do something different and put it on the top left. I quickly abandon that idea in just a few minutes. I'm just like, because I don't like the fact that these to-do strips do not line up with the to-do boxes or the lines on that right hand side. So I like to cover up that left hand column instead. And you'll see in a little while that this also changes, because I just, you know, sometimes I put stickers down too soon and I change my mind all the time. This is where I decide that one, no, I don't like it up there. That white one's better there with that quote on. And the other one is going down there. It's like I still want it because it brings in the same color that's in the quote sticker, and there's other things. Now I'm going to put a little bit of that little extra bit that I took off the blue floral. I take that off, cut that off, and use it as a little washi strip, and then put the little to do in the center of that, just to hide the middle where there's no join. This is how you get all the extra little bits out of your stickers. Don't be afraid to cut them up, and don't be afraid to save all the little silly little bits that you think are so silly at the time, but that might just be what goes with something else, you know? It might be something that you decide matches with something else. So I've got a few little blue bullets here that I decide to put in, and I know I've got one in that color of that Everyday is Special box. So I'm like, okay, that needs to come on somewhere, so that goes on Sunday. Why not? I'm just deciding if there's anything else that's going to match. All right, just these few little bits left. Do I want anything off this colourful life? I just kind of fill in gaps. It's a filling gaps and little bits here and there, just to fill in the spaces. That's a lot with the mini. That's what it's really about. It's filling in little spaces to make everything coordinate. So I decide to put this one vertical rather than horizontal, just to add a little bit of interest. And you know, if I need any space for Sunday, I have it. I add that last little bit there. So I got, out of that one decorative box sticker, I got like a little L shape to put underneath and layer over another box, and I got 3 pieces of washi. So never be afraid to cut up those vertical boxes, because you can get a lot out of those. And this is where I decided to put in that little noted sticker, just because I felt like it needed another horizontal line. I'm just deciding here, do I want to add in any little check boxes? And I found a pen that really matched that really dark green / teal in that left hand side. So I just added a couple of little check boxes in a matching color, and I think that really just tied the whole thing together. So yeah, I love this spread, but it's a nice contrast to the week before of all that pink. So yes. Okay, and then we come to the final week for me of October, because the week after this I will be on vacation. Now, what I decided to do was, because I know that I'm going to have to work hard this week to get things done, I was going to use the Girl with Goals and try and motivate myself to get things done. So I'm just looking through the Girl with Goals here, and I've got this little piece where I've used all of the horizontal stickers, all of the header stickers, and I'm going to use that as a list. And you'll see how I use that in a minute. I've got the little to-do strips that I'm going to use as to-do strips and a little washi. So I'm just picking off things that I'm trying to get an idea of what I want. Got one for errands, because I am going to have to do a lot of errands. Now, because I've got that black errands thing at the top there, I switched that little, I'm going to call it the bleed box, and I switched them around so that the purple was on the top and the black was on the bottom, just so that I didn't have black with black. Just to mix it up a little bit. Just deciding here whether I want to use these half circles, because I struggle to use these, they're just a weird shape. So I'm just not looking, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't like those shapes at all. Not like this, not like I've used them here. I like them when they're in a sidebar or they're coming out. I like them turned 90 degrees so that that flat line is on the vertical. I like them the other way. So yeah, I decided to put them all back. I just changed my mind. Then I'm like, do I just want to keep those? Do I just want to keep a couple? And then I remembered I had these. Now these were long boxes, as you can see, they're for the sidebar. And I'm like, I'm just going to use this. I need a box. I'm going to make a box. I hope you can see there how I'm making that box. I just cut the bottom off and I use some of the side as another edge to make that fourth edge for the box. And I'm like, okay, I need to start sticking things down. So I'm whiting out the little headers that are already on the page, because don't nobody need them. I trimmed down this. This is the bleed, remember, from the little headers, the little header strips. Take that off, and I'm just going to put that straight down on the page. Now you're only going to get one shot at that, but you see how that makes a lovely list? Even give you a little thumbs up there because I like that. But it just adds a nice little accent of the page. So I'm just deciding here what I want for this little bit, because I know it needs to be thicker. I know it needs to be thicker, or it needs to be more, because I don't know, it just felt like that grey was getting lost on the page. And I do have grey in that little bleed area, that little list that I've created. Added the errands, added the little to-do strip, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that header. I'm going to have to find another one. And I know I have these little to-do things in that colour story, so I take one of those and I just use that, because that makes perfect sense to me. So now I know that I need something in that bottom left that needs to be decorative, so I add that little kind of purple fan design and then just layer another box on top. Boom, that is done. Got a little to-do strip here, and I'm going to use that for that little bit of grey area on that daily box. I don't even know what to call that. And then I changed my mind. I'm like, I'm going to do purple. I'm going to do purple because then I've got that purple on the bottom left. I want to balance it a little more. And then I add the black that was there and I just put it down there. I'm like, perfect. Boom. That's, I like it. I like it a lot. Got a this weekend sticker, which I wanted in, but it was just too long because this was for like a double vertical box. So I just give a little flag to the end. And I was going to put it in, but it just felt weird. So I added a little button sticker, little star button sticker. And then it worked. So I was pretty happy with that. Now I had that box, so I added that in for Monday. That will be for work stuff on Monday. And I have these little, I don't know what we call these, little paint swatches. Little paint swatch type things. And I'm like, I kind of want to add a couple of those in. So I added one here and I just like, yep, that filled that gap in nicely. Added some of the little word strips. I like those, but they're just a little big. And the 23rd, oh my god, because the 24th is when I go on vacation. Haha. Last little word strip here, make it happen. I need to be productive, so yeah. And then I'm thinking of bullets or something to put in, and I'm just deciding, flipping through and deciding, what do I want? What do I want? What do I want? And then I'm like, I've added one of those star things in, I'm going to add a couple more. So I cut them in half. I just cut them in half because as is, they're going to be way too big. And I just think they're too big anyway for a lot of projects. So I cut them in half and then just added them as that will be my top priority of the day. And then call it a day. Yeah, that would be my last week. That is my last week. So I took everything out that I planned for that week and then just planned the sheets together because I will not leave my mini that week because I am in Hawaii. And then adhered them together and that was it. That was done. And that is all of my minis for the month of October, which is 3 weeks, and the currently and the monthly. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, then give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you next time, my planner pals. Bye!